That was awkward.
That
That was super awkward. Alright. Welcome back to TheReset, episode 1, but really actually episode 3. I'm Joseph.
I'm Yona.
And we're going to start the review of the week, but exciting news, that's going to be the entire episode because one, you guys suggested very honestly that it should be shortened, the video, but also because it was the first week where I was able to breathe without this dude taking my airspace.
To explain that, we're in the same unit and we've been together for like 2 weeks. Yeah, but not actually together for 2 weeks. We've been in the same unit, but on 2 different bases, doing 2 different actions.
It was the same action.
Same
but
idea of
different
action.
stupidness in between those actions.
Yeah. So we're gonna just like go over our week. It's been like a while because we weren't able to do a video for a bit.
I didn't want to talk to him after seeing him, to be honest. I'm like, nah, only during the podcast.
Cold shoulder since the last video.
I didn't have an energy drink in me in a week and a half. I was like on my fumes.
Yeah.
And I did leg day.
Leg day is a killer.
Yeah.
I did a full week of everything, and now I still look the way that I am.
So how do we want to do this?
How do we want to do this? All right. How about you? Did any weird things happen on base?
Come on, man. My whole life's a weird thing happening on base.
That's just too accurate.
All right. I'm gonna start with one that's really deep in my heart.
All right, go for it.
And out of my heart. And
Set your
just
heart
like
free.
it was pretty much just in my chest area.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
last night, 2 nights ago, the last time we had to survive in the army, right? My body was like, you just need to get through it. I know you need to do everything, like, living wise. It's been a week, it's hard to do everything you have to do. So you're gonna be home tomorrow. That's great. Good for you. Wonderful. My heart got super excited and it started like pumping weird. I'm like, oh, that's weird. That's not working correctly. And I was just sitting in the room thinking I should get this checked out. But my heart was not working. So I'm like, I'm like, maybe someone could just live off of their brain and the brain could pump.
Yeah.
But then I realized it was too far and my toes would never get the blood. So I'm sitting in my room and I was waiting for a commander. And that was awkward since I was in there for 20 minutes. So I couldn't then have been like, I need to see if I'm dying. Since he would have been like, why didn't you check with me 20 minutes ago?
Right.
So I'm like, fine, I'll wait for our hour break. And then I did that, but something got in the way. Probably laziness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can't tell him now that the break's over since you're asking why I didn't ask him the break. So I waited until the middle of the night. And then...
Did you die?
No,
Am I speaking to like the living incarnation? I don't know how do you say that word.
No, incarnation.
Incarnation, yeah. Of Joe Simon.
No, this is the real truth. To cut it short, so you could take up the last 10 minutes of the podcast, is that I went up. The only person outside was like the top dog. Top commander. So he's like, hey Joseph, how you doing? And I'm like, usually I smile at him, try to get the encounter over with, like, hit him up with the all good.
Short and quick.
Yeah, but this time I'm like, I think I'm dying. And I'm like, yeah, it's just like not doing its thing, I think. He's like, oh yeah. What does that mean? I don't know. He's like, so he got the doctor and they check and the numbers are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, the numbers are good, but the equation is completely wrong. It's not a good heart here.
Right.
And then I'm not a car, so they couldn't switch any components or anything. They told me to go to sleep. So I tried.
All right. That's definitely a different experience than I had this week. Like this, I did not come close to death at all. That's just not at all what I experienced.
I had to keep things fun,
Yeah. Each day was like a different experience, but also just the same experience. Like it's a lot of people freak out in the army, and it's probably well deserved.
I freaked out, yeah.
Yeah, like you freak out. It's there's a lot of hard things in the army, but there also are like a lot of good moments. Like after doing like a full week, doing guard duty every single day, we got to work in the kitchen, which was a lot of fun. Like
Yeah, that's fun.
like we were like splashing around, like just like we were singing together a lot. It was just like it felt like a musical at one point. Like I was like, why am I in a musical right now? It was just stupid. Like not actually stupid. It was fun. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And and then like it felt like we were sent off to war. Because like at one
Everyone
point,
rushes into the kitchen. You
no,
know.
not even that. It wasn't even that. It was that at one point we were in the kitchen and a whole new wave of guys that were from like a different group in our unit, like from our group, just like a smaller group inside the group, you know.
Okay.
Came and it just felt like wow, we've been in war for like the longest time. Not actually, we haven't. Thank God we haven't gone to war, but it felt like we went to war and we haven't seen familiar faces in the longest time. And then like six
the war
people
didn't even
show
start
up.
for me. The real war is when the people start coming in. You have to serve them, and like someone throws the meatball grenade, and you have to duck it.
Damn, yeah.
Or you get like pasta. You get captured by the pasta, and they tie you up.
Yeah, laying on
That's
the
the
ground
worst.
wrapped in pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, crazy time. It was dinner time. My last night working in the kitchen was my most hectic night. I was in the front lines of the kitchen, the front lines, not in the back, cleaning dishes,
No, you
but in the
thought,
front
you thought
lines.
you had the ladle serving people.
Yeah.
And they had a knife trying to take your food.
Exactly. They had the guns. They had the knives. I had the spoon.
Mhm.
They took our guns because you don't need guns while you're serving food. Who you fighting? Who are you supposed to be
No,
fighting?
you meant to jam the food in there and go right to the
Yeah,
mouth.
get the food all around. No, but like yeah, there has to be enough food for everyone, and there is a lot of food for everyone on the base. But they only bring out a certain amount of portions, and they don't tell you how much more portions they have
So you
left.
have to do what they tell you.
Right. So what you have is what you have until they give you more. So once
Unless
we
you
were
see your
reaching
boy,
that,
then you're like, ayo.
yeah, you gotta hit them up.
You hit them up with a mountain.
And so they were hitting me up with different terms that meant like, give me a little bit of sauce, a little bit more sauce, a little bit
The
more
sauce
food.
me up is hard because you don't know if you should like dab them up, you know, or like give them more sauce.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Like, is it a pool or is it a puddle or is it like a sprinkle? Like, what are we doing here?
And we're not even allowed to talk, so we're just like kindergarteners pointing when we want food.
Exactly. Like, it's just an unfortunate situation right to left. And so like I'm there, and then like this guy who's next to me is like, this guy is just like an American. You gotta understand. He doesn't understand the situation. I'm like, yeah, I'm American. I don't understand the situation, but still, like.
But I always understand more food, and that means eyes is saying, "Give me more food."
Yeah.
I can't.
And I know if I don't give him that food, it's my life on the line right here. We're at war. We're at war completely. And yeah, so it was a crazy last night. And earlier on that morning, I knew I was going home. I just didn't know when.
Yeah.
So I asked my commander. He's like, "We don't know exactly when, and we don't want to say when, and build up your hopes, and then be like, sorry, nope, not today. Sorry,
Not
next
today."
time. You'll get them next time." And then what does he do? We get an hour break at the end of each day before we have to go to sleep or have to be in bed and go to sleep. He's like halfway through the break, he's like, "Yona, you're going home. You're going home." He was like so happy to tell me.
Yeah, they got
like
happy.
it's like, wow. I'm just proud to tell you that you're going home, and what are you doing? You're also getting your gun. You're going to your other base, and you're getting your gun finally after all this time. Like, what took so long? Who knows? Like they were like, all right, maybe that day. No. Take a test.
I got bored of your story.
Sorry.
so
All right, go
I'm
ahead.
asking-
I need a drink either way.
I'm asking the next question. I personally received a schedule in my brain for what happened on my shmute, on my guard duty. Guard duty is a weird word.
What
So,
do you mean, like, and then what do you
I'll go
mean by
first,
schedule?
but I'll ask you, you'll try to answer, I'll go first, clear it up, and then you'll answer. So,
Makes sense.
I had a schedule. It was a 2-hour long guard duty every time.
Mhm.
And I would call it a routine. I went through a routine. What was your routine like? That generic.
Oh, I think I
Yeah,
picked
just
up
go
what
for
the
it.
answer would be if the question is right. I don't know. We had like 3 guard duties a day, each 2 hours. I think like 3 to 4 maybe. And so we'd get like mine was at like 2 in the morning. What was the first one? It was for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then It went till 4, obviously, because like 2 hours later.
No, it's just like what happened in those 2 hours.
Those 2 hours. So since I didn't have a gun, the army still puts you on guard duty without a gun. They're like, all right, this
Yeah, but
guy's
not
been
anywhere
like,
important.
yeah, not anywhere important, but like, we get put if you don't have a gun and you're still doing guard duty. Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna go first. I think.
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't know. Was
So
I
here's-
answering
here's-
right? I don't know.
Here's what I went through. So, it went the first 45 minutes
Mhm.
chilling, floating in space, right? Thinking about whatever I want, doing a little jig,
I'm starting to
Right.
understand this.
like dancing, whatever,
Mhm.
like don't worm even, getting down. Maybe see a dog, say sup. And then
It's gonna be
the next
terrifying
15
sometimes.
minutes, I start flipping the heck out because I have to wake up Israelis
Right.
who don't want to be waking up, don't know how to translate my bad Hebrew when they're wide awake.
Right.
They can't do it when they're asleep.
No.
And I barely know where they sleep. And I'm the type of person that does not like waking anyone up.
I don't like waking
Ever.
people up either. Like
So, 15 minutes of stressing out, and then I get a little stroll trying to find these people. So that's like 5 minutes. And then the next half hour until they have to be standing in like formation is also stressing out.
Right.
So
Wait, when you say formation, you mean like when they get checked if they
Yeah,
have all their
yeah,
standard
all their
equipment
gear,
that they need?
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes
So-
sense.
and then I go back to like doing a jig in my head because the commander's outside and I can't do it
Right.
outside. And yeah, that was pretty much my 2-hour schedule would be fun, extremely paranoid,
Mhm.
and then like hidden fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So I actually like during that time at one point, like since it's 2 hours, at one point, 1 hour is long, 1 hour is short. Sometimes it's
Well, it's always the hour you have to pee in. That's long. It's always the hang.
no, it's not even that. Sometimes it's just it's just standard, like it's long, like it's just like I don't know, like how am I supposed to last the next amount of time left?
So for me, it was different though. For me, it was the first half hour was long,
Mhm.
and then for some reason the stressing out part was super quick,
You just have to get past.
and then the last half hour was long. So the hours weren't like the beginning half and the second half. It was kind of cut in between.
For me, it was just that first hour, honestly. Like I couldn't. I was just walking back and forth. I was singing songs in my head. I was
Yeah,
thinking of
so-
storylines. I was thinking about the podcast even.
I did not think about the podcast.
I thought about
I mean,
the
I did.
podcast.
I
I
wrote
was
about
like-
it a little bit, but it's also not just the podcast. Though, so.
I thought about the podcast because like it's been a while. It's been a while. Like
I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
I also
Haven't seen your face.
I was thinking like the material will be a little bit more different this
It's gonna
time
be different.
because like we're not together
Yeah,
24/7.
it's really good.
It was
We
fantastic.
should probably talk about what else happened.
What happened?
I
A
learned
lot
some
of
people's
workouts.
names, so we
What
definitely
names? Yeah, names.
had just of people. Like I got to know like the people. in our face.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to know people on a more like different level now
Yeah,
because like
I
it
mean, I
wasn't
wouldn't
just, like,
say different level. I would say I could recognize them now.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a different level.
No, but it's not like I don't care about them. still.
No, who I'm not saying that I
I
care
don't
about
think
one
I'm gonna
person
have-
more now.
If I'm like holding them in my arms as
As they're
after they
dying?
die, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be like
Damn.
I'm not gonna hear the background music in my head of sadness. I'm gonna be like, I should probably get out of here.
Right. Well, for me, like what I mean on a different level, like now, like when I walk through base and I see them, we're like, yeah, we shared a moment of guard duty for a week. So now, like when I see them, like I'll hit you up with like the quick head nod or the wave and be like, yeah.
Yeah,
How
I do
you
that
doing?
anyways though.
I do that either way, but like now it's like it has a certain different level of meaning, I guess, to it. I don't know. It's different. It's different now. We're different. Yeah.
We've grown.
We've grown somehow. Who knows?
We're different people.
Different
We'll
people.
never be the same.
Never the same, but still drinking Monster Energy.
Yeah,
drinks.
that never changes. Especially at 9 o'clock at night.
I'll tell you this. This past week, though, we've had a lot of break-ins in tower base.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of guys.
There was a lot of guys trying to. My base specifically that was on.
Ours too apparently had rocks being thrown in.
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that, but my base specifically is like known for trying to be broken into by those people known as.
They're trying to break into
They're
people.
just trying to break it. All right,
It's a game.
it's a game. It's a game. It's a fun game.
It's a-
Sometimes,
it's not
sometimes
even-
it's stressful,
It's not even dangerous. It's just like, hey, we're gonna come and attack you.
and then leave
Yeah,
because it's like
totally.
fun.
I don't get that, by the way.
They just come for the fun.
I'm saying at some point, you have enough guns to just say we're taking
Taking the base.
Yeah. They always come without anything.
They come without anything, but they take everything, and they're like they
But
could
they sell
theoretically. I have no idea. Probably they probably sell it. They probably do some fun stuff with it.
I'm just saying, Israel, watch out. If I ever joined their side, operating completely differently.
Completely differently. Like they'll actually have a game plan.
Yeah. First of all, everyone's eating more protein.
Oh yeah.
That's automatically a boost over the Israel army.
Yeah.
And then.
Although I would say like at any base that we've been on or any base that I know of, apparently we're the best like nutritional place out of all the units. We're like so much so that they're rewarding us with a barbecue soon, which is wacky. Like you're in the army and you're like, oh, this is like day camp. We're getting rewarded with a barbecue because we're eating enough food. So let's eat some more food, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's like.
Enough food's not nutrition though. That's just.
I don't know, like what they're serving and all that. Like
it's the same
they're giving
food.
vegetables. I know. I'd say that too. It's the same food, but like the commanders
Actually,
are like.
the purple cabbage is a little worse.
I would agree. I think, but like, it's because we're not in those training camps.
It's because
like,
we see purple. No, it's because we see purple everywhere.
Yeah, purple is our unit's color. And I was talking to my sister, and I finally told her what our color is, but apparently she knew beforehand because it's not that hard to know.
It's not hard to know.
And she was and I was like, yeah, my unit's base is like completely purple. It's obnoxious, but you would love it. And she was like, yeah, it's fantastic.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it's actually the worst.
My sister, I have a sister story.
Oh.
Similar things still must happen to us. It's just we do them separately now. So I'm talking to my sister, and she's like, oh, how's tanks going? I'm like, not there anymore.
Not in tanks.
They shot me out of the tank.
So far away.
It's like, oh, okay, where are you? I'm like, where are we, Givati?
We're in Givati.
I'm like, Givati, and she's like,
what's a Givati? Was she like that?
She's like, how the heck did you end up there? Everyone wants to be there, and it's not easy. And I'm like, I don't know. They thought it would be better for my non-Hebrew skills to be in a more dangerous situation 24/7.
Well, like the purpose, the purpose of why they put us there is that it's more physically required than to actually speak.
Then yeah.
Which is like nice that they allowed us to stay in combat and give us a purpose and not just be like, all right, you're technically a combat soldier, but we're just slapping you behind the kitchen, you know? Like it was nice. I guess in a way it was nice what they did. It sucked in other ways, but it was nice what they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the army just is a crazy ride, beginning to end. Like when we were sitting at dinner tonight and we're talking to a guy, we were like, yeah, we're in Givati, and then but like we weren't always in Givati. He was like, oh, you're the guys. You're the guys. We're famous in our school that we went to, and they all just know that like now what's the requirements? Speak Hebrew.
Yeah,
Don't go to the army without speaking Hebrew
if
you're in the Israeli army. It's not entirely true. Like there are places.
You just have to be casual and like funny, and people have to like you, and
charisma.
you have to be a decent person, and you have to be good at working out a little bit, and you have to care about the country, and don't be me, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, it's like it has requirements, but there's ways to work around it.
Your last name can't be Sidran, and your first name can't be Joseph. And then
hey, it can't be Yona or Weinrib either. So I don't know.
I actually haven't talked to. No, that's not true. I haven't talked to anyone outside the yeshiva who's been having outside about the course Hebrew thing we had.
Yeah.
Who's like having an easy time with it.
We're a different wave this year. This round of draftees, I would say. Like, is that what you're saying? Like,
no, not from yeshiva. The guys from course Hebrew.
Oh, yeah, they're not having a good.
No, they're having a good time. They're just not having an easy
Well, of course.
No, not an easy time. They're not having. Their pathways also.
Struggle.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not they were placed somewhere and now it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because they're not on the path they want to be on.
Right. Because I was speaking to some guys who went to like the non-combat side of like the Navy, I believe. Yeah, the Navy, yeah. And there was just that their Hebrew wasn't up to
So they
par.
get kicked out.
And they get placed
Shipped
in like
away.
Yeah, shipped away to like some room, and they just sit there. Like, and it's an unfortunate situation.
It is tough.
Actually, like I think that I want to introduce something really quick. Like it's like surprise, like for the next episode, soon to come. I think you don't know what I'm about to do, but in a way you do. Like you guys watch us drink like Monster Mangoes all the damn time.
Did you finish this?
No, I didn't finish this. Like it's a majority like drink them. Usually you beat me.
Yeah.
But like for the next episode, we're actually gonna switch it up. Like as you can see right here, we have so much Monster Mangoes. Like that's the drink to go with. You don't need any other flavor, to be honest.
Also, don't worry, these ones are still full.
Yeah, these are all full. But next coming episode, we're switching it up to a drink called the Monarch. It's like
I think it should be called the butterfly effect.
the butterfly effect would be a sick name.
You drink this, and then you don't know what you're gonna say, and you
Or
don't know what that's gonna. Yeah, you don't know what that's gonna affect, and well, the mango one's a little bit more chill. You know, you drink it and you know you're gonna say something stupid.
Right.
This one we might become intelligent with.
Who knows? Honestly, the Monster Mango will always have a place in our heart, but for the next episode, we're gonna be breaking out. We're not gonna stick to. He's still alive, I think.
No, I was just checking if the energy, like, since usually it like bum 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 bum, but I think now it's just normal.
Right.
I think I need to drink this all the time. It's just water. That's what I was gonna introduce the. All right. Restart the episode. I'm doing my introduction. This is what I was gonna say. We were gonna do our little like click thing, right? And I was gonna go, and then I was gonna say, "Welcome to the on." No, I forgot. No, I didn't. Welcome to the only podcast where we dehydrate all day, and then hydrate with an energy drink.
Okay. But
That's what I was gonna say.
then we're gonna have to hit pause and restart the video because it's gonna be too long to find.
That's it. No, you could continue now. I just wanted to share whatever the word's gonna say, like halfway through the video.
Oh.
That was, yeah.
Okay. That's all right. That's a personal choice that you went with. All right. You got me confused a little bit. All right. But like I think actually we should start wrapping things up.
So that time I feel like we said a lot of nothing. This was a nothing one.
It was a nothing one.
Alright, how much time are we in?
We actually got in 22 minutes right now. How crazy is that? Like,
Alright, fine, we can wrap it up.
Time really went by.
Yeah, that was fast.
But
Alright,
like,
good to talk to you though.
It's good to talk to you.
We'll talk again in a week and a half.
Yeah, like right now I'm gonna ask you politely, get out of my face, like you.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Oh,
too
can you
much.
pass the Oreos actually?
Oh yeah, you wanted Oreos. I forgot. Yeah, if you're a living human being, if you don't walk around with pocket Oreos for like your guy, your friend.
Alright.
Here.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Who are you?
We're gonna switch it up since our whole episode today was the review of the week. We're gonna close with a opinionated question.
Oh, okay. Do you have an opinionated question?
No. What's your opinion on opinionated questions?
Alright, so a lot of the times I go to meals and they always like to do icebreakers. And what's the first icebreaker that a lot of people that I'm around want to do is controversial topics. Now, for me, I'm not a very controversial person. So for me, just sitting there, just like, I'm just like waiting for them to get out to me the entire time. And it's just like, I don't have a controversial topic. Like, it's not my thing. Is that like, do you have anything on that? Like, do you like controversial topics?
Yeah, but I just need to make sure if it's appropriate, so.
Nice setup right there. That was a good setup. So.
I'm gonna cut the book.
Right. So like a lot of times they go
Let's
into like
read
this
a
heated
pod.
arguments. I'm like, dude, let's just have a meal. Let's enjoy each other. But like sometimes that's what people like. That's what people enjoy doing, and it's.
You know what? I'll hit the people up with a nice quote instead.
Okay.
Since this is the podcast Bible,
Mm-hmm.
that's not finished yet, and has no signature by God, but Also, I wanted to change the wording, but I forgot to what.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say how I wrote it. I could say so. Alright, I would change the wording maybe. A bike with a hitch isn't a smooth ride. A journey with hitches is progress. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that is kind of nice, and it's also just like accurate. Like that's just how life is.
I know.
That's how our service is.
I don't know if I ate a fortune cookie that day or what, but
maybe you are
I
a
wrote it down.
fortune cookie.
Maybe I am.
Yeah.
And that's the episode.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. See you in less than a week and a half.
Hopefully.
Because we are on break after having break. We're on break. Our break was going back to the army. Now we're just back to what we usually
We're back
do.
home. We're back at it. And soon we have a ceremony coming up. But so before that, they want to give us a little bit of a break. So this is our break before our next break and before our another break. But yeah, we're home for like a while, and hopefully we'll be able to release another episode. Stay tuned. I'm Yona. This is Joe.
And we're gonna do nothing until then.
See you soon.
I think I just broke the entire house.